Let's have a look at learning outcome 6, differentiate between the distribution decisions. First of all, distribution focuses on the transfer process of taking the product to the consumer. So if you think back to logistics management, it is basically transporting the product from point of origin to the point of consumption. Transfers take place by using distribution channels, which are intermediaries or middlemen, wholesalers and retailers, who transfer products from the manufacturer to the consumer. The marketer's job is to link the manufacturer with various middlemen so that the product is made available to the consumer in the right place and time. So the marketer has a very important role in this. If the marketer is failing at his or her job and not letting the wholesalers or retailers know about the product, then obviously it will not be distributed. Let's look at 5 different channels that you need to decide to use. So the first option is for the manufacturer to sell directly to consumers. Second one is where manufacturers first sell to retailers who then resells to consumers. Thirdly, manufacturers sells to wholesalers first, for example Makro, who sells to a smaller retailer, the corner shop, who then sells it to the consumer. Fourthly, the manufacturer sells directly to the wholesaler, for example Makro, who then sells directly to consumers. The last channel is quite congested because you can see that the manufacturer first has to sell to a major wholesaler, who sells to a second wholesaler, then a retailer, and then only the consumer gets the product. You can argue that the product will be a bit more expensive because as the product moves through the channels, each entity adds his or her own markup because they have to profit from the resale of the goods anyway. So that will be the more expensive channel. To determine the distribution channel that you will use, you need to look at 4 factors that will play a role. The type of product depends on what you sell. The type of market, who are you targeting? The type of manufacturer and their existing distribution channels. With channel leadership, the business that controls or dominates a channel is known as the channel captain. Traditionally, it was the manufacturer of consumer products who made distribution channel decisions. But in modern times, large retailing or wholesaling organizations such as Woolworths, Spar, Shoprite Checkers and Makro dominate the channel decisions. Then lastly, you need to consider your market coverage. How extensive do you want your product to be sold, or who will be allowed to sell your product? Market coverage means the manner in which the product is distributed through the market. The 3 options are intensive market coverage. So this you sell your product as wide and broad as possible. Think of Coca-Cola products. In any shop you can find a Coca-Cola beverage. Selective market coverage is where you select fewer intermediaries that can sell your products. For example, you can't go to Spar and expect to buy Adidas or Nike's running shoes. With exclusive distribution, the manufacturer limits the amount of intermediaries that they use. So let's take the example of Apple goods. So if Apple decides to only sell Apple products through the iStore, then this is with exclusive coverage. So then the customer knows they need to go to an iStore specifically to purchase an Apple product.